welcome to this edition of MME Matters, the podcast and video series from the MME Council, looking at policy and practice and issues that matter to the community and to our wider society. It's November and the days are getting shorter. But what better way to face into the darker evenings than to celebrate a festival of light, Diwali? And that's what we'll be looking at in this episode. I talked to Suriya Suresh, who with her Newry-based organisation Sangam has been putting on a series of events for Diwali. Before that, don't forget to follow us on social media at MME Council and visit our website mmecouncil.org where you can find out more and sign up to our newsletter. Now let's go over to meet Suriya. Maybe first of all, you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and your work and maybe the organisation that you've started, as I understand it.
Yeah, I'm Suriya and thanks for having me on this podcast. And I have been living here in Newry for the past 16 years. I'm basically from the south of India, that is Tamil Nadu. And I came here with my husband. He had a job in Norbrook Laboratories. And I joined him as well, and I'm a microbiologist basically. So we have a very small community here, a small Indian community. It's mainly because of these festivals. We didn't get to celebrate anything much like what we used to do back at home. So we all used to get together whenever we have a festival time, and we used to celebrate. That's how the small community came in. We just called it the Indian Community Newry. And we have been doing it at home, the Diwali festival and the other festivals. We have another one, big one coming as well, that is called Pongal. And all these we do it at home in somebody's house, whoever is welcome, we just go to their house, or it happened in my house so many times. And then the community started growing up, and so we wanted to celebrate it in a hall, and then we booked a hall and then it was celebrated there. Then the past 2 years we thought, the Indian community was again going down. The members were going away. They were going back to India, and it was starting to grow down. So we thought, okay, we'll include the locals as well, our friends. It was so many years, so we have made some real good friends, local friends, and then we thought we'll invite them. And they came along, and, it was fun. The last 2 years was really fun, bringing them in. We played games. And they loved our food and everything. So each family would bring their own food. We'll prepare our own food and we'll bring it together. And we had. But this year it was because of the COVID. Nothing could be done.
Yes, indeed. That's changed everything for everybody, really, hasn't it? So.
Yeah.
But you've got some very interesting events online, which I think you've been doing. Isn't that right? But we'll come to that in just a minute. Let me just take me back to Diwali before you came to Newry, because it would be interesting to hear what was Diwali like when you were growing up and back home.
Oh, Diwali at home, it just brings back memories like getting new clothes. That's when we used to get new clothes. It's not like the times now. In a year, we used to get new clothes twice or thrice. So if we are lucky, we'll get it thrice or twice. So Diwali was one of those times. And we used to absolutely love it. And then, it's waking up early in the morning and making a big rangoli. It's called a beautiful pattern in front of the house. So every house would have that. So we do that early in the morning. And then we apply oil to our whole body and then take a bath. And it is a competition, who is going to light the fireworks first. So you wake up, we'll be awake at 2 o'clock in the morning, do the rangoli, get ourselves bath, and then we'll light the fireworks. So we'll say, I was the first one to light the firework. So that was the thing, and more about cooking. There was lots of cooking going on at home. My mom it used to take a week. So she used to start cooking a week before, making all the snacks and savories, sweets and everything. And it was all about sharing as well. So all this for a week we'll make in large quantities. So we distribute to other friends and families that were there around us. And way back, when I was a real child, we used to go to our grandparents' house, and all the cousins and everyone would come there, and that was a grand thing. And again, there it would be the same. All my mom, her sisters, my aunts, and my grandmother, everyone, they'll be cooking in real big quantities, and we'll take that to every house, all the friends, we give it to them and wish them happy Diwali and things like that. And the main important thing in India is the different religions. My neighbor is a Muslim, to the right is a Muslim and to the left is a Christian. And during Diwali, they don't do Diwali, but because we do it and we involve them as well, we give them sweets and everything. And any children in their house, they would come and burst the fireworks with us. So no one was left alone. It was all on the streets. So everyone would come out, and it was a real good gathering for all of us and having a lot of fun.
Excellent. A big community, a family event and a community event. And
yeah.
Everybody, regardless of their religious background or whatever, would be involved. So
even at school, we were with all the different religion. My close friend was a Muslim. So for Ramadan and, the Eid and things like that, they would invite us to their house. And for Diwali, we would be inviting them to our house. So we'll all be enjoying that so much. We'll be looking forward for the chicken biryani and the mutton biryani that they make. And they'll be looking forward to all the sweets and the things that we make. So it was real fun. That's what I remember about Diwali. And main thing is the fireworks. And we get the new clothes and we make holes, all the fireworks falling on top of us, and there'll be a big hole in the new clothes.
Excellent. And then, of course, you come to Newry and bring a little bit of that to Northern Ireland.
Oh, coming to Newry was a big shock. It was a big cultural shock for me.
I'm sure.
So when I started there, it was 35 degrees, and when I landed here, it was -1, and the whole place covered in white, completely covered in white. And what we see, abroad and things, what we see back at home, it's all big skyscraper buildings and everything. But when I came to Belfast, landed there, and I was traveling, it was all these houses with tiles on top of them. So this was considered to be poor in India, people having the houses like that. I was thinking...
It's not all Manhattan.
Yeah. So I was thinking, where have I come and what is this? But it was so beautiful, everything covered in snow, and it was so beautiful. But I landed at 4:30 or something, and it was getting dark. It was February and it was getting dark. And we went to Rose Rover, and it was late Bally Edmonds' house, the very old house, his family house that he had given us to live for a few days. And it was pin drop silence, and it was at the night. And I am coming from a place where it is beep, beep, honk, honk, and all the sounds and everything. Even at 12 o'clock night, it'll be so busy. And here I come, pin drop silence. Okay, that night was okay. It was, my heart was really pounding there. And I was literally in the verge of crying. But anyway, I was so tired after the journey, and we slept. And the next morning was a big shock for me. I couldn't stay. I told my husband, I'm leaving the next flight.
But you did stay, obviously. You didn't take that next flight.
So it's been 16 years now, so I'm well used to this place, used to the cold and everything.
And now you're bringing a bit of Diwali to Northern Ireland as well, so you've got a lot of... It's online, obviously, as we were saying. COVID has changed everything, so... But you've had almost... Is it 1 or 2 events even per day for the last couple of weeks? Is that right?
3 events per week.
3 events per week, okay.
Yeah, so we had 1 arts and craft on a Wednesday, 1 cooking, and Bollywood dance on a Saturday. So today we had an event. Today we had the cooking. We had making of vadas and spicy crackers. It went well.
Sounds good. And all of this, this is all sort of building up to Diwali. I think starts on the 14th of November. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, and have you got a big plan for a big event on when that comes, or?
No, because of the COVID, I think we'll all be dressing up and we'll all be meeting on Zoom.
Yeah.
That's what is the plan, But otherwise, we used to get together, we used to do fireworks, and, children used to love it. Our children, they like to dress up, especially the girls. They used to like to dress up and, show off and have all games and everything.
That sounds
So
great.
this year we don't know. We haven't planned anything. But the Diwali, workshops, they're all enjoying. The community is enjoying it.
Very good. I should ask you about Diwali itself then, and a bit more about the sort of significance of the festival.
Yeah, in the south it's different. We celebrate it just for one day, but in the north they celebrate it for a few days. In the north it's considered that Rama, he is one of the avatars. So whenever there is evil, there will be an avatar that comes up and he fights the evil and brings the good back. So Rama is one of the avatar and he is sent to exile for 14 years and he comes back to Ayodhya with his wife and brother. That's the significance. That the people all invite him with lights and everything. So the people are so happy to welcome back Rama, and that's why they light lamps, small diyas, we call them diyas, and they light it, and it's called the Deepavali. Deepavali is a row of lights. The meaning itself is row of lights. So that is the significance of Diwali in the north. In the south, we consider that Krishna kills Narakasura. So Krishna is another avatar of the same, of Vishnu. We have 9 avatars and we are waiting. This is the Kali Yuga and we are waiting for an avatar. We don't know if Buddha is the avatar or we are waiting for another one. I don't know. That's the way it is told. So Krishna is another avatar and he kills Narakasura. There is another demon, so he kills him and he fights for long and then he kills him, so he's very tired. And what they do is they apply oil to cleanse off everything. So they apply oil for everything from the top to the bottom for Krishna. So he relaxes. Then he takes a good hair wash and whole bath. And that's what is done in the south. We apply oil on Diwali, cleanse off everything, from our body. Any impurities from our body is cleansed. And then we celebrate with sweets and savories. And again, sharing and being compassionate to the friends and family who don't have anything, So many offerings will be given to people, orphans and, homeless people and so many things, people will be cooking and giving it to them. So this would be a day to bring everyone together and share everything with everyone.
Excellent. And you've got, as I said, you've got some online events going on at the minute. I wonder, what is the future for, you've got a little bit of an organisation now going, you've got a few families that are part of this organisation. Have you got future plans for that? Are you going to try to build it more and maybe put on other events, or what's the plan?
Don't know. After this, we are thinking of yoga and, to bring the women, I do yoga. I am a yoga instructor as well. So I'll be offering yoga, and there are a few other yoga friends that I have who teach yoga. And so I'll be bringing them in, a bit of meditation, maybe for a walk, going out for walks. The women, Indian women, they're mostly inside. They're afraid of the cold, they don't come out. And so I would like to bring them out and to bring other minority communities as well. I have friends from Spain, German and, other communities. So they'll be joining me as well. That's the plan, yeah.
And sort of another multicultural venture there, so.
Yeah.
With some health benefits and companionship, which is of course very important.
Yeah.
I think that sounds excellent, and I hope we'll be able to follow up and see how you're getting on, and what's the organ? Is there a name for the organisation, or?
Oh, I just named it Sangam. Just we had it as Indian Community Newry, but then I thought it will be nice to give it a name. And Sangam is the unity of rivers together, where they all come and join at one place. So I thought it will be a nice one where all the different communities can come and join together.
That's excellent. I love that idea, actually. Yes, the rivers all flowing in and each contributing their energy to the whole.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. So thank you very much for joining us and sharing your thoughts, and we wish you all the best with that.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.